Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope you're well. As you can see, I am a highly sophisticated man of business. That's right, lots of culture, lots of sophisticate. And you can tell I take this seriously because I dressed up in a jacket to talk to you about fragrances. And no, this is not a Fabletics blazer that my wife bought me for like $35. This is expensive, like at least $6,000. Today we're talking wintertime scents because it is getting chilly and that means we need to smell good in the cold. And I've got the hookup for you. 5 niche, 5 designer, 5 clones, all together. You will be the champion of winter fragrance. Is there such a thing? Yes, there is. All of these are gonna be linked in the description below. Also gonna do a giveaway to one of you. This is the imaginary bottle that will be a real one later in the video. Let's begin with niche. So we'll go niche, designer clone, niche, designer clone. And I'm beginning with this, Memoirs of a Trespasser by Imaginary Authors, which by the way, they launched a new fragrance that I have not ordered yet. The Abandoned Mansion? Mansion that's abandoned? Sounds sick, gotta get it. This was one of the first fragrances that I bought from the brand. I think it was the second one. Whew. Still slaps. The first one was Cape Heartache, which is also absolutely fantastic in my opinion. This one is gonna be more of a smoky vanilla. So you can see the notes on the back here: Madagascar vanilla, Gaiac wood, myrrh, bergamot, benzoin, and Brett seeds, and oak barrels. And you definitely get that oakiness through here. Very woodsy, a little bit smoky, as I said before, and a deep, rich vanilla. Most of the Imaginary Authors fragrances walk that line of niche, but still wearable, or technically indie, but still wearable. Now there are some fragrances they've come out with over the years that are a little bit more difficult to wear. This one though, I think is, at least as far as everything they have for wintertime, one of the easier ones to pull off, as long as you don't mind that smoky woodiness. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I love this fragrance, so gotta have that.
It's a must-own right there. Yeah.
With the next fragrance, I wanna give a shout out to all of the dudes in Europe who are still wearing this one, still buying it at retail. You are my fragrance heroes. Dior Homme Intense. Now I know it's not for everybody because it does have that iris, that kind of creamy iris. Some would say makeup-y iris. I've said it a million times, mainly just because other people say it, but I'm like every time, lipsticky. No, it's not. It's just sophistication in the bottle. Interestingly enough, it's another fragrance that has ambrette, so we've got 2 of those in a row. The iris in here, fantastic. Lasts an eternity, projects heavily, easily gets you noticed. The only issue with this fragrance, if you wanna call it that, is it's more specific. It's that type of scent that you wear to special occasions, formal events. At least for most people, it's not that fragrance you bust out and wear day after day after day after day after day, all winter long. But if you do, shout out to you, you are the man. Dior Homme Intense. Clone time, Oscar by Zamaya. Kind of an interesting name, Oscar, and it's green. So like Oscar the Grouch from Sesame Street? Yes. I'm pretty sure that's yes. So this one is a clone of Jean Paul Gaultier's Scandal. And most people, when they hear that, they're gonna think, oh, probably Mandarin Sky by Armaf. That's the one to get. But Oscar right here is easily right alongside that one. Very ultra similar, to be fair, because Mandarin Sky is a great alternative to Scandal as well. Oscar is slightly different, maybe in the sense that it has more of a fruitiness off the top, but ultimately that's splitting hairs. It's not that massively different from Scandal or Mandarin Sky, but it's extremely well done. The quality is there, the performance is there, the bottle is nice and heavy in the hand. It's just good stuff. And more under the radar than the Armaf. Pretty good, nice start. The next fragrance, back to niche, African Leather by Memo. This one is just another favorite of mine, though strangely over the years, the cap has lost all cappiness. It just flops right on there now and it has no grip, a gripless cap. I don't even know why that happened exactly, but it happened. African Leather is the first fragrance that I ever bought from this house, and it's still my favorite that I've ever bought from the house. Now that's not saying that Memo has nothing else that's good. They have a lot of other solid fragrances, but it is one of those situations where you're like, this is amazing. I have to buy everything from them. And then you buy like 10, 15 more things and you go, I started with the best one. didn't I? It's happened before to me. I know it's happened to some of you. What are you gonna do? So this one is more so cardamom than leather, at least off the top. Then as it dries down, you get that leather that comes out, but it's more of a warm, slightly spiced leather, super sexy, masculine with a touch of refinement. And then it also has vetiver as it dries down as well. And the vetiver is almost an equal footing with the leather. So yeah, even though it's called African leather, and in your mind, you're gonna be thinking of just like scorched earth. I'm also fully aware, by the way, that Africa is a huge continent that has way more than just the Sahara. I'm just saying the stereotypical, oh, African leather, it's gonna be, you know, like I said, sun scorched, kind of animalic, you know, potentially very pungent. And then instead it's like, nah, actually, here's some nice warm sweet spice, a little vetiver. It's good. It's real good. It's actually really, really good. Where are we? We're back to designers. Let's go with this one. Armani Code Parfum. Yes, cannot go wrong with Code Parfum. Opens up nice, fresh, a little bit clean, very classy, little touch of sweetness, not too much, some iris in there as well. I am a fan of iris, but I swear not everything else coming up has iris, okay? Because I know the first two designers here do, but it's getting it out of the way at the front. As it dries down, it gets a little bit deeper, a little bit darker, more body to it in that dry down. So it does work really well during fall, during winter, and also spring. I'd say as well that Code Eau de Parfum, solid choice. Code Eau de Parfum smells similar to Code Profumo, discontinued now. And Code Elixir, not too shabby either. But if you're looking for just that blend of fresh, a little bit sweet, classy, and sexy with great versatility, this is the one, Code Parfum. The next niche is an absolute must know, like all of you need to know it, even you. But before we hop into that one, I wanna tell you guys, if you are on TikTok for some reason, which maybe you shouldn't be, who knows, it's rotting your brain. I would know, my brain is half gone. Follow me at Gents on that platform. And also if you shop for fragrances at discounters, which you should do unless you like burning money, which if that's your hobby, donate it to charity instead. But if you shop at discounters, you should use these codes across a bunch of discounters to save yourself a little cash. Codes for Fragflex, the Perfume Box, Gift Express, and many more. Clones we go with this one right here. Club de Nuit Précieux 1. It has a different bottle style than all of the other Club de Nuits, and they actually skipped from 1 to 4. So 2 and 3 will probably come out one day, I think, because Club de Nuit Précieux 4 just came out and 2 and 3 are nowhere. Where are they? I don't know. I feel like John Travolta in that meme. So yeah, different bottle style with this one compared to the other Club de Nuit fragrances. It looks nice, it's well done. The only issue that I have with it is quite wobbly. Do you see that? It doesn't quite sit flat very well. So with this one, you have to be a little careful sometimes sitting it down, picking it back up, because it does have a tendency to want to just fall over. And I know that this is probably going to just like do this for like the rest of the video after I sit it on the table. Like if I touch Craig the table, this thing is... Which reminds me, my wife and I were out the other day and we were checking out like at a register at a store, and the guy's name tag said Craig. My wife was like, look, his name's Craig. And I was just like, great. What am I supposed to say? Hey man, I have a table named Craig the Table, and your name is Craig, like my table on my channel. Like, could you imagine saying that to somebody? They would just be like, that's great, man. What is he talking about?
That's what it's all about, Trey. The is he talking about?
For anybody that missed the memo, I took a poll on the channel to name this table, and Craig was the winning name, so Craig the Table. Back to this fragrance, back to reality. Club de Nuit Précieux 1, this is Absolute Aventus by Creed. So it's not really that type of straight up wintertime fragrance in the sense of it being like a big, warm, spicy blast. You know, it's not heavily filled with vanilla and tonka and caramel and chestnut and all that. So it gives you that type of versatility that you can wear really whenever you want. The quality is great with this stuff. Just extremely well done, straight to parfum. Like this stuff, a little bit goes a long way, and you will smell amazing anywhere that you go. So if you're after compliments and versatility, that's one of the best ones. And unlike the original Club de Nuit Intense Man, it does not open up harsh. It opens up nice. We are niche again. Okay, let's go Leighton Exclusif. Of course, Leighton, big time compliment puller, really versatile, extremely popular, one of the most popular that Parfums de Marly has ever done. And then Exclusif takes that and makes it bolder and darker. The story goes behind this one that they were trying to do a flanker for Leighton, and they couldn't really figure out what to do. This is at least how it was relayed to me years back when this first came out. Not by the brand, to be fair, but from somebody else who knew the brand. But they said that they were working on a flanker for Leighton, they couldn't quite nail it down, and that essentially they went back to the original perfumer of Leighton and they were like, hey, ideas? And they had this darker, lightly animalic kind of accord that they just wove into Leighton's DNA, and they went, yeah, that's good. Boom. It's maybe slightly more challenging than the original Leighton, but not actually challenging. I told you, touch the table, thing wobbles. It's gonna give you something dark and sexy and really, really attention grabbing, basically anytime through winter, but especially on a night out. It is slightly more expensive than the original Leighton though, so there is that. Designers, okay, again, Bottled Absolute. I apologize. This has been running my life essentially for the past month or so. It smells a little similar to Carlisle from Parfums de Marly. It's got a rich patchouli. It's nice, it's deep, it's not overly earthy though. Has an almost tobacco type of scent profile to it as well. Just smells absolutely killer. This is one of the best designers out there right now. And so if I'm suggesting wintertime fragrances, I suggest that you check this out. The dry down especially smells killer. People love it. So to be aware of that, like if you spray this one on and the initial opening hits you with that patchouli kind of blast and you go, nah, it smells too old school to me. It smells too mature to me, something like that. Just let it dry down a little bit and then check it out again. Designer to clone we go, and going with this French Avenue Royal Blend Nero. So this one is going to compete with your Camras of the world, or really any of those fragrances. There are a bunch at this point. But I realize that if you're talking, you know, wintertime fragrances, that you have to have one of these. A Gisa Sauvage Camra Angel Share type fragrance. This one never got as much hype as Lattafa Camra, and it makes sense why. Lattafa is huge, and when it comes to clone fragrances, there's like first mover advantages. What I mean by that, of course, is if one of these clone brands comes out with a clone of a huge fragrance and they do it really well, and they're the first ones to do it, they're gonna be like the benchmark. So everybody's gonna go get that one. You know, it was the first one, the big one. So everybody that comes afterwards, usually they're fighting for like second, third, fourth place. This stuff though absolutely rips. The performance is fantastic. The quality is great. And I would say head to head with Camra, I'm probably taking that one. Now we go back to the niche realm with Xerjoff Tony Iommi. Monkey Special. This one's a big blast, okay? Really strong. So not everybody is gonna be immediately in love with this one. It's good though. This thing has a ton of notes: rum, passion fruit, patchouli once again, caramel, vanilla, cinnamon, leather, tonka, just on and on. So it is really sweet, like I said, extremely powerful. And it's another one of those ones where right off the rip, if you don't like it, like when you first spray it on, if it's too strong, let it dry down. A lot of people will enjoy it more as it settles. To me though, fantastic, one of the best ones for fall and winter time that Xerjoff has. Designers, Burberry Hero, the Eau de Parfum, of course, which is for me the best one in the lineup. A very woody fragrance, which obviously fits with the entire Hero lineup. This one during fall and winter, absolutely fantastic. Wear it whenever you want. Daytime, evening, date, work, casually, it doesn't matter. It's got a nice richness to it, a little extra resinous feel to it that the other Heroes don't have. The ones that are positioned above this one, like the Parfum, for example, a little bit heavier, not quite as balanced with the woods and a touch of sweetness like this one has. Then the Eau de Toilette, extremely versatile, but that one is gonna lean more like spring and fall for most people. So Hero Eau de Parfum, going with that, and then Clone Zone, going with this Albarari Shore by Zamaya. So two Zamayas in here. This right here smells similar to Forever Wanted Elixir by Azzaro. So essentially taking a brand new fragrance or close to a brand new fragrance and giving an alternative version to that. Now it's not the exact same. This one doesn't hit quite as hard for me with the raspberry that Forever Wanted Elixir does. Now it's in there. It's not that it does not have the raspberry, it's just not quite as powerful off the top. Instead, you get a little more citrus in here. It's slightly fresher smelling compared to Forever Wanted Elixir. And this is one fragrance that if you let it mature, it does get better. For me, this one is better now today than when I first got it in. And it is a top notch alternative to Forever Wanted Elixir, even if it is slightly fresher off the top. And also kind of a bonus one here, wanted to include Rayhan Elixir, which is a Lamal Elixir clone, of course. And as of when I'm filming this video, I know that they've come out with some new ones. They dropped like 5 new ones all at once, apparently. I don't have any of those at this point, but I'm gonna try to pick those up and see how good they are and let you guys know. Because one is called Terra, which is supposed to smell like Outlands from Amouage, and a lot of people are talking about that, so I'll get that in before too long. At least once I can find the stuff from the usual discounters that I shop at. But for now, this one right here, one of the better Lamal Elixir clones, really good performance, great quality, and it's going to accomplish everything that Lamal Elixir does. We go back to niche with Red Tobacco. Red Tobacco is a little harsh off the top. Some people hate the way that that one opens up. It's powerful, there's a lot going on, spices, sweetness, woods, oud, tobacco. But if you let that settle down in the air, that's one of the best smelling fragrances ever. It's not too expensive because it's a Mancera, so you can pick it up from discounters for a pretty good price. A little bit goes a long way, and once you're out of the opening, it's a compliment monster. Back to designers, Lamal Elixir, which is why this one was kind of a bonus entry because, you know, it's doing the same thing. If you want to eschew the clones, you want to go for the OG, Lamal Elixir, absolutely worth owning. Very honeyed, so it is very sweet, it's deep, it's rich, it's attention grabbing. There is overlap between this one and Lamal Le Parfum. Lamal Le Parfum is maybe a little more classy overall, but that one also has a touch more powder as well. So it's kind of dependent on which vibe you're going for. I think the Elixir, absolutely stunning, performance out of this world, great scent. This is the last one, and then we will do the giveaway. It is Armaf Ombre Dior. Great looking presentation, very high-end looking, nice magnetic cap as well. Gotta give a shout out to the magnetic cap anytime you see it. Is that the only magnetic cap here? No, the Armani. And the Burberry. I just had those in my hands like 2 seconds ago. With the magnet. This is the type of launch that is just quietly good. Because when it first came out, there was like a big, you know, blow up about it. Armaf threw a big party for it and all kinds of stuff. But it didn't hit quite the same way as like the really big ones, right? Like, you know, Liquid Brune and Camera and stuff like that when they came out. But it is really, really good. It's just not as like explosively good or explosively popular. That's the correct term. It smells like crystal saffron, which could also draw some comparisons, lighter comparisons to Ganymede. It has that sort of metallic minerality to it, the way that it comes across. You also have saffron in here, you have iris, musk, woods. It's a very classy scent. It has good performance, but it comes across less screaming in your face for attention and a little bit more buttoned up and confident. But again, you have to enjoy kind of a musky, metallic minerality to your fragrances. If you don't, that one won't be for you, but I think it smells great and has grown on me more over time. Giveaway time, the fragrance, Spice Bomb Dark Leather. If you want to be entered in the giveaway for the Bomb of Spice, which should be good this coming winter, not like the strongest Spice Bomb, but still winter fragrance. You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment below. In the comment, let me know what's your must-own wintertime fragrance, whatever it is. I'll pick a winner with random comment picker the following month, post it up on the post tab of the YouTube channel. If you're the winner, hit me up, I'll ship that one out to you. There we go. If you have hung with me here until the end, thank you so much. Stay safe out there, take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.